Right now, new information in the Beloit murder of a Madison mother, her attempts to get help, and what the victim's sister is saying.
Also, Wisconsin voters head back to the polls today to decide who will be on the April ballot. Live coverage of the race for state Supreme Court.
And later, a polling location in the village of Brooklyn is changed after a public safety threat nearby. The bizarre reason behind the incident. Welcome to News 3 Now. We will get to those stories in a bit, but first, a major winter storm is threatening the state with snow and ice tonight, heading into tomorrow.
Now, most of our area is under a winter storm warning with an ice storm warning for areas south of Dane County, and a number of school districts have already closed for tomorrow. First warn weather alert days are in the forecast through Thursday. Let's check the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi. Gary?
Well, it's snowing lightly in the backyard right now, but this is not the main event, although areas north of Madison may see several inches of snow tonight. The main stuff will occur tomorrow into tomorrow night, but we do have the first warn weather alert days in the forecast beginning tonight for areas north of Dane County, where there may be as much as 4 or 5 inches of snow north of the Dells. But tomorrow we'll see snow develop, and then that will mix with and even change to freezing rain from Dane County southward. Areas north of Dane County could see heavy snow, and there could be significant ice accumulations down toward the Illinois state line. That's where ice storm warnings are in effect. From Dane County northward, winter storm warnings, mainly for snow north of Dane County, but a mix of snow, freezing rain, and sleet right through the central part of our viewing area, including Madison. So just a wintry mess out there. The first round of snow moving through a little bit more intense than what the computer models were showing earlier, but really not accumulating very much here in the Madison area, just a dusting on the patio. But the more persistent snows tonight will stay north of Dane County. That's where there could be a couple of inches of accumulation. Temperatures right now mainly in the mid to upper 20s. Down to the south, Janesville still at 30 degrees, but Madison right now has dropped to 26 with some flurries. These temperatures will hold nearly steady overnight. 27 in Verona, 27 degrees in Oregon. Look for temperatures to hold nearly steady in the upper 20s, right around 28 degrees, with most of the snow north of Madison this evening. That's where any accumulations will be. But later on, I'll time out when the precipitation is expected to arrive, what kind of form it'll be in, and how much we can expect.
Gary, thank you, and stay up to date, of course, on the weather with our First Warn Forecast weather app, hourly forecast, road conditions, and your latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
And I was hysterical. I couldn't breathe. I was getting nauseous. I was just going through so many emotions that I didn't know what to do.
We are uncovering new details in the heartbreaking murder in Beloit yesterday, where police responded to what's now a suspected domestic violence homicide. It happened just before 9 in the morning.
Today, we've learned the suspect's name and discovered the victim tried to get help before she was killed. Our Andrew Banstra has the story.
Family identified the victim to me as Safana B. Boussar of Madison. Her sister tells me she was a mother of 5 and was killed while picking up her kids from their father, the suspect, Tyrone Young. She filed this restraining order against him last month, and we learned today it went nowhere.
I literally just felt my heart just fall out of my body.
That was Nani's reaction when Beloit police said that her only sister was shot and killed when picking up her kids from the father of her children on Monday.
B is a very loving person. She has a great soul.
They'd planned on a family taco night, but everything changed when Nani was patched into a phone call with her dad and the Beloit police.
He only could give me so much information, and he basically indicated that there was an incident with B and that she died.
We now know that the victim filed a restraining order last month against the suspect. In it, B, the victim, said that Young was harassing her, claiming he needed insurance help for his mental health, saying he'd commit suicide if she didn't help, even sending audio recordings of him shooting a gun. The police were involved several times, including an attempted break-in, throwing objects at B, kicking her door, and even trying to get the victim fired from her job.
Domestic violence is definitely real, and it happens every part of the country.
Documents obtained by News 3 Now show that restraining order was dismissed by the Dane County Circuit Court. Young is 33 and graduated from La Follette before recently moving to Beloit. B was a mother of 5.
We had to go down and pick up the kids in Rat County at a safe haven. And from there, we just loved on them, and I had to break the news to the kids.
A fundraiser has been set up for the kids and for funeral arrangements.
It's a lot of the GoFundMe is just going to help different areas for her service and the children.
We asked Oscar White, the judge who dismissed the restraining order, to comment on the story. He told us that he dismissed it because neither person showed up in court. To donate to Bee's GoFundMe or to help you someone you know that's experiencing domestic violence, visit this web story on channel3000.com.
We're learning that directors at the Oregon Community Pool delayed disciplinary action for a swim instructor despite multiple complaints from students of sexual harassment due to staffing shortages. 69-year-old James Miker is charged with 2 counts of sexual assault of a child under 16 years of age. A criminal complaint alleges that Miker groped 2 children in July of last year. When the pool director was told about the groping in July, he told the parent of a victim that he could not afford to fire Miker due to staff shortages. During an initial appearance in January, Miker's signature bond was set at $500 per case. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for February 28th.
It is Election Day in Wisconsin again, and today voters could decide the balance of the state Supreme Court. Tonight's vote will decide the top 2 candidates to replace a retiring conservative justice.
Those 2 will then go head-to-head in April's general election. Right now, conservatives hold a 4-3 majority in the court. News 3 Now has live team coverage from both sides of the aisle, and we start with political reporter Will Keneally in Lake Okochee at the Jennifer Doro watch party. Will?
So it's still pretty quiet here as polls remain open still in Wisconsin for the next couple of hours. We're here at the Jennifer Doro watch party. She's one of 2 conservatives running in this race, along with former Supreme Court Justice Dan Kelly. And so for Doro, she's talked up throughout the campaign a lot about her experience. She started out as a prosecutor, defense attorney, now Waukesha County judge. And of course, a lot of people know her as the Waukesha County judge that presided over the Darrell Brooks trial with the Waukesha Christmas parade tragedy. So we're expecting this Doro Kelly kind of conservative primary to be a pretty close showdown. We don't have much public polling data available in this race, but we do have some fundraising numbers. So in the last few months, we've seen both of them raise essentially a couple $100,000 apiece. But Dan Kelly, though, on that side, has the backing of some third-party groups that are putting close to $1 million in TV and radio ads supporting him. So even though this is a 4-way, essentially nonpartisan primary here, we'll be really interested to see which conservative emerges from this pseudo-conservative primary here and kind of carries that conservative torch on through the April general election. Also interesting to see tonight, too, how much these conservative candidates drive up their conservative base in southeastern Wisconsin here. So that's all on the conservative side, but we'll turn now to Milwaukee, where Armand Rahman is looking at the Protasewicz campaign.
Yeah, well, it's odd for a primary race for Supreme Court, but Protasewicz has poured hundreds of thousands of dollars into her pre-primary ads, leaning heavily on her pro-choice stance on women's reproductive rights. Now, she's raised close to $2 million, far more than Everett Mitchell and more than the conservative candidate. So without polls right now, that's sort of the best gauge we have for where they're at. But of course, anything can happen in between now and when those polling places close in just a few hours, which is also when things are expected to get started here at the Cooperage. Tune into News 3 Now at 10 as those votes continue to come in. For now, reporting in Milwaukee, I'm Armand Rahman.
Will and Armand, thank you to both of you. Election Day got off to a bit of a disruptive start in the village of Brooklyn when their polling place there had to change due to a public safety threat. Police were called to the 100 block of Hotel Street for reports of shots fired. An initial investigation revealed the incident stemmed from a dispute involving the removal of a tree. A 75-year-old Brooklyn man was arrested about 2.5 hours later in Oregon in connection with that incident. While the threat wasn't directed at the polling place, officials say the safest thing to do was to move.
I felt with the presence of the police and the difficulty getting to the polling place, because then there was only one entrance to get to the polling place, I felt it was better to move the location for the day to give the voters a, feeling of safety for coming to vote.
And the suspect's now being held in the Greene County Jail on charges of disorderly conduct while armed and recklessly endangering safety. Meanwhile, a court granted the Village of Brooklyn's request to extend polling hours until 9:30 tonight due to this morning's disturbance. You can find everything you need to know about today's election at channel3000.com. Look for our Campaign 2023 section on the homepage. It's just below the Plan My Day forecast. We've compiled all of the races we're following, as well as everything you need to know to make your choice at the polls, including a word from all our interviews that we've done in person with Madison mayoral candidates leading up to Election Day.
Still ahead, a former Wisconsin governor is now getting specialized care after a health scare.
Plus, 2 Wisconsin lawmakers look to increase access to life-saving cancer screenings. How their newly introduced bill could help.
At Pick and Save, everyone.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well, windows to take in the beautiful future, and is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
Steinhoffel's amazing Buy More, Save More sale is the perfect time to spruce up your home. Start with 35 to 50% off store-wide, then take an extra $100 off $19.99, $200 off $29.99, or $300 off $39.99 or more. Refresh your home with a new bedroom set, cozy sofa, or new dining set. You'll even find special mattress deals too. The more you buy, the more you're gonna save. So shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. We've got all your automotive needs covered, from tools and accessories to maintenance and everything in between. Wiper blades? Copy that. Motor oil? Done. Trust Menards to help out with all of your automotive needs. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline Daily Protection Motor Oil. It's formulated with advanced additives for year-round engine protection. Pick up a quart today for just $3.99 after rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Former Wisconsin Governor Tony Earl is receiving palliative care after suffering a stroke this week. That is according to his oldest daughter. The 86-year-old Democrat served 1 term as governor from 1983 to 1987. He was a champion of gay rights and a staunch environmentalist. After his political career, he went on to become a leading advocate for campaign and election finance reform. Earl is one of 6 living former Wisconsin governors.
A newly introduced bill is aiming to eliminate patient cost sharing for breast imaging services. The bill requires health insurance policies to provide coverage with no patient cost sharing for supplemental breast screening examinations for an individual who is at increased risk of breast cancer, and diagnostic breast examinations for women requiring follow-up imaging due to an abnormal mammogram result.
Any cost barrier at this point could be the difference between a breast cancer that's detected early, when it's most treatable, and when that's already spread beyond the breast.
So thank you. Under current state law, health insurance policies are required to provide 2 mammographic screenings for women aged 45 to 49 under certain criteria, and 1 annual screening to women over 50 at no out-of-pocket cost to the patient. However, for women with dense breast tissue, the average out-of-pocket cost for diagnostic or supplemental breast screenings can be more than $1,000.
It is an election that will decide the balance of the state Supreme Court.
Coming up, UW-Madison professor Mike Wagner sits down with us to discuss what's at stake.
Plus, a major winter storm could cover the state in snow and ice over the next few days. Gary will break down what we can expect in his complete forecast.
Updating your old, outdated kitchen will make a huge difference in the look and feel of your home. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Transform your cabinets, countertops, and more in as little as 2 days. In addition to our lifetime warranty, Mad City offers a price lock guarantee. Once you receive a free design consultation, we'll lock your price in and guarantee it for 1 year, no matter what. So go ahead and make the call now. Take advantage of the savings during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a cabinet refacing project with 60 months, 0% interest. Senior and military discounts. Plus, call now during this program and receive a free $60 restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Coming to Overture Center May 11th through 28th. Tickets on sale now at overture.org.
This Wednesday, one day only, it's Hy-Vee's Seafood Sale. Get seasoned salmon portions, just $3.99. Shrimp skewers, just 99 cents. Hy-Vee Fish Market cooked shrimp, just $4.99. Sea Best tilapia fillets, just $3.99 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. Swai portions, 2 for just $4. And cornmeal breaded catfish nuggets for only $1.99 a pound when you buy a 10-pound pack. Wednesday only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, it is primary election day. The race for state Supreme Court is the only statewide race on your ballots.
It's turned into an expensive and high-stakes battle for control of the state Supreme Court. Mike Wagner is a professor at UW Madison School of Journalism and Mass Communication, and he will be with us throughout the night as the returns come in. Welcome back, Mike.
Good to be with you.
So this is technically supposed to be a nonpartisan race, but it's not. Why is that?
Well, the state has just gotten so much more partisan over the last decade and a half, from the passage of Act 10 and all of the protests that happened there, to the contentious politics we've had between Governor Evers and the state legislature, to partisanship generally becoming a larger sense of our own identities than it has been in decades past. So all of those things have kind of conspired together to make elections like this one, which is nonpartisan in name, partisan in behavior.
Well, the abortion issue certainly drove a lot of, discussion in the last year or so. What is it that's driving all the money? Is it that? Is it gerrymandering? All the above?
It's a little bit of all the above, but in Wisconsin, 2 out of 5 Democrats said abortion was the most important thing to them on the ballot in the 2022 midterms. And that issue is still important to them, whereas Republicans had inflation at the top. That's not really a state Supreme Court issue, so Democrats may be a little more motivated if that is kind of held strong.
Besides abortion, what other key issues could be impacted by this election?
I would say redistricting, other kinds of issues related to voting rights, absentee voting, can you vote in a drop box or not, issues related to labor laws. I could even see Act 10 becoming something that gets relitigated should a liberal candidate get through both today and be victorious in April.
So you're talking beyond April. We could see some legal activity, maybe. What if a conservative wins? Anything? You mentioned the litigation if a liberal should win. What about the conservative?
Well, I think the conservatives would probably continue the kind of litigation they've done in more recent years, which have kind of rolled back opportunities to make it easier to vote in some places, especially with using strategies that people in Madison and Milwaukee like to use for early voting, where more Democrats vote. I could see more litigation in that regard.
So much money has been dropped already. Why now, and why this race specifically?
Well, it has huge implications for state law with huge issues like abortion, but it's also a swing state election in a time of year where there really isn't anything else going on election-wise, and so the political money goes somewhere. This is one of the places where there's something happening that has national kinds of consequences.
A lot of people with election fatigue. We'll see what turnout is after this. I feel like we just got done.
That's right.
All right, Mike, we look forward to hearing from you again tonight at 10 as well. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Gary now with the latest on all these alert days, his complete forecast.
Yeah, we've got a mess coming up over the next couple of days. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Snow tonight. Most of the accumulating snow will be north of Dane County. We've got a little dusting here in the Madison area, but that probably will be about it. But we'll also see more widespread snow from Wednesday into Thursday, especially north of Dane County. Dane County could see some snow as well as some freezing rain, but definitely south of Dane County and even into Dane County, we'll see freezing rain from Wednesday into Wednesday night. That will perhaps result in significant ice accumulations. And with strong winds of 20 to 35 miles per hour or stronger, areas that get a half inch of ice accumulation on power lines could see them come down and cause power outages. This is kind of what the thinking is. The farther north you go, the better the chances you're just going to see snow or maybe very little mixed precipitation. Madison and Dane County and areas to the east and west, they could go either way. We could see heavy snow here and very little in the way of freezing rain, or more freezing rain and less in the way of snow. The farther south you go, down toward the Illinois state line, mainly freezing rain and a potential ice storm. Tonight, one band of snow showers moving through Madison right now. Farther out to the west, more persistent snows in Minnesota and Iowa will track more to the north of Dane County. This is 6-hour future track radar taking the snow in those areas. So that's why by morning we could see as much as 4 or 5 inches north of the Dells, maybe an inch or two around the Dells, and less than an inch north of Dane County, south of Dane County, very little in the way of snow accumulation. But by 6 p.m. tomorrow, or this is what we're looking at, the snow, or 6 p.m. tonight, the snow moving in continues overnight, mainly north of Dane County. As we get into tomorrow, 3 a.m., maybe a little bit of a break. Not much in the way of precipitation, but notice by 9 a.m. it breaks out pretty rapidly. Probably first in the form of snow, but then quickly transitioning to freezing rain south of Dane County and maybe as far north as Dane County, with temperatures right around freezing. So that's where the ice accumulation will take place, while it snows pretty steadily and maybe even heavy at times north of Dane County. 6 p.m., same story. Freezing rain, Madison southward, snow north of Madison. Then as we get into tomorrow night, maybe a little bit of a break again as the first batch of precipitation lifts to the north, and then maybe some snow showers or a little bit of light freezing rain early on Thursday morning. That lifts to the north and east, and by noon, most of it is winding down. As far as the ice accumulations are concerned, we could be looking at a half inch or more of ice, especially down toward the Illinois state line, maybe a quarter inch as far north as Madison. And snowfall amounts, you add it all together, we could be looking at as much as, or a little as less than an inch south of Janesville. Here in Madison, anywhere from maybe an inch or two with more freezing rain, or maybe as much as 5 or 6 inches with less freezing rain. And then the farther north you go, where this is mainly going to be in the form of snow, we could be talking a foot or more of snow north of Wisconsin Dells, especially northern portions of Juneau and Adams counties, and maybe close to 1.5 feet as you head up toward the Twin Cities and Eau Claire. So ice storm warnings south of Dane County. Dane County northward, winter storm warnings for either a mix of precipitation or mainly snow north of Dane County. This is from tomorrow morning into Thursday. Tonight, look for a low of 28. Breezy snow mainly north of Madison. Again, 1 to 5 inches of snow, but most of that will be well north of Madison. Tomorrow, occasional snow, then mixing with some sleet and freezing rain, and then maybe changing to all freezing rain from Madison southward. High temperature around 32, and those temperatures holding steady through the day. As we look at your first warn 7 to 10 day forecast, again, the first warn weather alert days through Thursday, but the precipitation will be winding down by afternoon. Friday will be cold. Saturday and Sunday will be mainly dry, and then a mix of some freezing rain, sleet, and snow Sunday night into Monday morning, changing to rain on Mondays. We get up to 40, and another weather system with a chance of rain or snow showers Wednesday of next week.
When we come back, a popular bakery in the Madison area is in need of new ownership.
Plus, Gary with one final check of the forecast and one last look at this storm system.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Fearings, our people, vision, and values help protect your business through smart security design using technology by Verkada. Easy to integrate and cost-effective, it's security reimagined to keep your people safe. Visit Fearings.com.
With kitchen cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens, you can avoid a lengthy remodel, stay under budget, and transform your kitchen in as little as 2 days with new cabinet finishes, countertops, and soft close doors and drawers. Call now, ask about our price lock guarantee and the savings during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a cabinet refacing project with 60 months, 0% interest. Plus, receive a free $60 restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate.
Don't delay. The Brothers Maine President's Day sale is happening now. Shop local and save with tremendous deals on Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana appliances. We have the area's largest selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
DePaco Credit Union protects your well-being, supports you through life's many surprises. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
At Fearings, we protect your business through smart security design and Verkada technology. Verkada's cloud-based platform and point-and-click simplicity make for a significant ROI. Fearings Audio-Video Security. Visit fearings.com.
Tomorrow, a crazy winter storm sets us up for an alert day. I'm tracking the snow, sleet, and freezing rain and how that could impact your travel plans.
And we'll break down the 2023 spring primary results. Join us tomorrow from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
After close to 70 years in business, the owners of Lane's Bakery are selling later this year.
The announcement comes on their biggest day of the year, Fat Tuesday. Only News 3 Now was there when now owner Chuck Lane shared the news with our Josh Sprider live in the 608 this morning. Since 1954, Lane's Bakery has played a role in the Madison community, providing homemade cakes, donuts, cookies, and coffee, and of course the extra special days like weddings, birthdays, and anniversaries. For Chuck Lane, who took over the family business almost 4 decades ago, it's bittersweet.
It's been a fun run, but it's been 40 years, and it's time to slow down a little bit, change pace, and, try something different. It's good and bad. I feel sad about it, but in another way, I'm like, hey, we've done a good job. I just would love to see somebody come in here and take over.
Oh, please. It was a record Fat Tuesday for Lane's. They doubled their orders of punchkis and king cake over last year.
Maybe a tough act to follow.
Oh, definitely.
Nobody drops them off here for me for the storm coming in? Yeah.
You're going to be trapped here a while, huh?
I very well maybe. Let's start out by taking a look at the live view from the Edgewater Sky Camp. Just light snow falling right now in Madison. Visibility about 1.5 miles at the Dane County Regional Airport. You can see that band of heavier snow from about Madison through the Dells back toward La Crosse. But outside of that, very little in the way of reductions to visibility. So the snow not coming down very hard. And you can see that band of brighter blue just kind of moving through the Madison area, but more persistent snows back in southern portions of Minnesota and northern Iowa, heading for areas north of Dane County, and that shows up pretty well on 6-hour future track radar. That's where most of the accumulating snow will be tonight. Current temperatures, 30 in Janesville, 26 in Madison. These temperatures will hold pretty steady through the evening hours. Right now, 28 degrees in Belleville, 28 in Mount Horeb, and 26 in Sun Prairie. Look for some snows, mainly north of Madison. Temperatures holding steady in the upper 20s for this evening. Updated computer forecast model information at 10.
We'll also have election results at 10. You still got 90 minutes if you want to head out and vote.